Stuff the turkey's arse with holly, tra-la-la-la-la. Oh! Ho ho! I'm Toby Loxton of TFL Creative Media, and Happy Christmas, or Happy New Year, or Happy Easter, or Happy Halloween, depending on when you watch this vlog. But right now, as it stands, it is Christmas time, fast approaching the new year, and welcome one and all to the TFL Vlog 2018 Christmas Special! Sort of. So yeah, welcome to the final TFL vlog of 2018, which coincidentally is also the final video from TFL Creative Media in 2018. Yes, this is being filmed and released around Christmas time, but yet again, Christmas is only a small part of it, as this vlog is all about reflection. Reflection of 2018 in general, and reflection on things that were filmed between, well, now and the last vlog, 4 vlogs, but didn't warrant enough 4 vlogs of their own. As in, I didn't film enough to put in a vlog of its own. So, the first part of this video is going to be showing you all that stuff, with me giving some slight commentary. I'm not really going to indulge too much in all the details and what happened, just sort of that mentions of small things that happened. And the second part is just reflection on things of 2018. Not too much, just things that I think are relevant to, well, I don't know, just things that seem decent enough to mention, and not mentioning too much. So this vlog is going to be sort of informal. It's not had that much prepared to it with this segment, but there is things that do need to be shown, things that do need to be said. So I don't want to waste too much of your time, considering we're going into 2019 or all, and we don't want to delay that. So let's get on with it. Let me show you some stuff that happened, well, that happened in the last few months, leading up to this point. So on the 13th of October, I went to Giant's Esteem at the Borough Railway, saw Union South Africa before she was stuffed and mounted, encountered a few fans, went with my mate Don Redmill, and I had a really great day there. Later on that month, on the 23rd, I went for a quick detour on Spa Valley Railway before I went to the premiere of Harry Walters' World War I short film, Company of Four, which the announcement trailer was shown on the channel a few months back. And that was a decent experience. People asked us some questions, we went to the pub afterwards, and my girlfriend captured it all on film. Thank you very much, Alice. But then, at the beginning of November, specifically the 3rd and the 4th, me and my girlfriend Alice went to this convention called Clexacon. Clexacon is a convention that celebrates characters in fiction who are part of the LGBT community, and if you Google it you can find out why it's called Clexacon, because it is actually quite a good story about how it came about, and, well, it's a pretty good experience if you want to encounter some actresses who have played strong female roles. I mean, that was the guest stars there, that was predominantly who was there. Alice, she got to meet the cast of the web series Camilla, which she got me into, which is absolutely fabulous and I recommend it. And I also got to meet the one and only Jamie Clayton, who is made famous of Sin's 8 fame, where she plays Naomi. And she is absolutely wonderful. I went to her panel, asked a question. A link to that panel is in the description below. She was really nice, she was really down to earth. And that just made Clexacon such a good experience for me. I mean, it's quite a different convention. It is very informal, it's very relaxed, it's very communal, it's quite tight. But it was just worth it seeing Jamie Clayton alone. So yeah, that was a great experience that time of year. But of course, in November there is Remembrance Sunday, and in Company of Four, the World War I short film that I produced with Harry Walters, there was a poppy wreath made, and after filming wrapped up, I kept the poppy wreath with the intention of bringing it down to my local war memorial on Remembrance Sunday to remember my great-grandfather, whose name was Francis, and my mother's name was Francis, so I thought we'd lay it down in honour of him as he gave his life during the First World War. But the organisers, during the wreath laying, were touched, I think, by the story, and they let me lay it down in the ceremony, and afterwards I took part in the local parade after the ceremony. So that was quite a nice surprise, and I was quite honoured by it actually. An unexpected surprise which Really was quite emotional, but also quite nice. I'm really glad that happened. Unexpected, but great. I also went up to London a couple of times in December. The first time was on the 16th, where I went to go and see the Lion King play with Alice for her birthday, and we were going to go ice skating afterwards, but it was sold out, and after going through the pouring rain in London, we then had a nice dinner. And then the second time we went to Borough Market, and it was a quite immersive experience. I really liked that market. Got some exquisite tea, saw some fine cheese, and we also saw Yasmin and Amy. We exchanged gifts and got to see them before the New Year and Christmas time in general. And speaking of Christmas time, it was quite nice. My grandfather came down and got a whole stack of presents. I'm not going to go through what I got, but I got some really cool stuff. So that's the gist of things that happened to me and my friends during the last few months of 2018. And you can see why they didn't herald a vlog of their own, because there wasn't enough filmed. But I thought that they should be mentioned now because, well, there was still some decent stuff that happened anyway that should be acknowledged. But now it is time to acknowledge stuff about 2018 in general. Now, there have been a lot of things going on in 2018 with like certain things in politics, environment, world stuff. But I'm not really going to touch upon those, really, because they've been mentioned by countless other people and way better than I can mention them anyway, and it would be just adding to the pile of downers. So I feel like something that we should sort of focus on, not sort of take our minds off, but just, just that should be acknowledged anyway. Some stuff like the great films that we've had this year. I think 2018 has been a fantastic year for movies. Like films such as The Darkest Hour, Avengers Infinity War, The Incredibles 2, Annihilation, Bohemian Rhapsody, Lady Bird, Black Panther, Ready Player One. These have all been some fantastic movies, and I thoroughly recommend them. Something else that needs to be mentioned about 2018 is the amount of people that we've lost. Great people, famous people that have been icons in their respective fields, and, well, it's just almost surreal that some of them are lost. Some of them have become staples in our lives. We mention them once or twice a month, and it's just hard to hear that they've gone. From the lesser known to the most known. Ray Wilkins, Kate Spade, Barbara Bush, Margaret Kinder, Emma Chambers, Stefan Stefansson, Vern Troyer, Burt Reynolds, Professor Stephen Hawking, and Stan Lee. Stan Lee was probably the most heartbreaking of all the losses. I don't really want to believe it. Not just rest in peace, Stan, but rest in peace, all of you. Professor Hawking, Mr. Reynolds. I really can't believe it. Emma Chambers, that woman from Vera Dibley of all people. And the woman, the president, the USA's First Lady with Barbara Bush. But on a more personal note, 2018 really hasn't been all doom and gloom. I mean, to be honest, okay, so every year, for the last 3 years or so, I've been doing this thing on Facebook where on the New Year's Eve, I would just basically give a reflection of what I've done and then talk about the things that I will give a summary of the year as a whole, but also talk about things that I'm looking forward to for the next year. And you can think of the vlog really as the substitute for that. That's why I'm not doing the Facebook thing this year, but I just kind of feel like that you can't really expect too much from a new year when a new year is coming to an end, because I learned that a while ago that, I think it was at G2016, you prepare for too much and it doesn't happen, then you're setting yourself up for disappointment. It's better to let things happen as they are, and then you'll be more surprised. And this year, there have been some experiences that have basically summarised that statement. But there have been also things that have planned and have actually done. And completed, like the final year of college, the first year of university, or just starting it, and also these films that have been made, unexpected commissions with the Depot Cinema, my final short film, which hopefully I'm now going to be showing to film festivals, which, I'll be doing more film festival stuff, especially with Carousel, which is the production company I'm currently working for. But also, when I was mentioning the about the things that you shouldn't plan for too much, and the things that are unexpected but are good unexpected things. What I think that is this year is, well, is the people, because this year I have gained so many new faces into my life. People I've met at university, people that I've met at conventions, and best of all, I've discovered a new best friend, a soulmate, and basically fallen in love. Those people, I think, have summarised this year. They brought out the best in me this year. I had a lot of fun with them, and it's because of those people and the experiences with them that have made this year pretty decent. Not necessarily about the things I've done. I mean, the things that I've done are good things, yes, like I mentioned before, but really, the things that have made this year stand out, 2018 in particular, the best things that have happened are because of the people. Alice Douglas Hatton, Yasmin Wilson, Amy Pepper, and so many names. But yeah, it was all about the people. But of course, there were conflicts there and then. There were disagreements, there have been arguments, there have been conflicts. But don't we get that every single year? Don't we always get those little things every year that are not the best things? Because, well, we do, and there's no really getting around that, because that's part of life, I guess. But I've had more positives with people than downs, which is something that is different. I recognise the difference, and if I go on about it too much, I am going to really bore you guys. But something that is more interesting on the people front is also the amount of celebrities that I've met this year. Oh my god, I've met so many celebrities. It's been crazy how many celebrities. Some of them have been planned, some of them have not been, have been expected, not, but all of them have been absolutely fantastic to meet. And all those experiences were wonderful. Like people such as Jamie Clayton, like I said, Samuel Barnett, Sammy Paul, Dean Dobbs, Paul McGann, Reggie Yates, Richard Curtis, Dana Piccoli, Andy Hamilton, and John York, just to name a few. Oh, and of course, I almost forgot the finale of LOBR, which it came out as well as the second short, and the response and the new subscribers that came from that were absolutely astounding, and I'm really grateful for everything that happened. I'm quite positive with the result, actually. I could make some New Year's resolutions, but, well, I have made some New Year's resolutions, but whether I can commit to them remains to be seen, because, you know, life can get in the way of these things sometimes. But there are some things that I am looking forward to in 2019, like there are these new conventions, like maybe more of NCN, London Film. There's also the Autism Show, which looks pretty good, maybe Heroes and Villains convention. That's though there's some stuff that I definitely want to do in terms of conventions. Continue working for Carousel, working in the Oscar Bright Film Festival, which is very rewarding, very outstanding. But also visit some more heritage railways. I failed to do that last year, and I really want to go and visit some more, like maybe do a Welsh tour, which I'll definitely vlog if I do. Of course, continuing on with university, more filmmaking, writing more, filming more, and also there's going to be a bit of a change with TFL Creative Media. I'm doing a bit of a, in the process of rebranding. There are things that are in the works related to that, and there will be videos explaining that, and there's already been hints to what's going on with that, subtle hints, and also the first video of 2019 is going to be a bit of an indication for the direction, sort of. I can't really get into it right now, but I will get into it a bit more later on in 2019. But these things that I've just mentioned are more or less like vague things that I definitely will want to do, but they're not specific. And this is all about managing your expectations, and what I was saying before about if you plan too much and you're disappointed, then you're saying up for your disappointment. So I feel like that if I still do these things in some capacity, I think that 2019 will be decent. And well, there will be other things I'll do in 2019, and they will be great as well. But can't really go into the specifics because, you know, they might happen, they might not. But if they do happen, great. If they do happen, it's not the end of the world. That's sort of what this whole managing expectations is about, and I think it's the best way to go about it. So, 2018 is now coming to an end, and now I must be bringing this vlog to an end because I'm running out of camera battery. But I will quickly say that I think the summer of 2018 has been a pretty good one. I mean, I may look back and think to myself I could have done a better job, but to be honest, you can only do the best you can in these situations, and right now as it stands, I think this summer of 2018 has been a decent one. But I would also like to clarify that it's not just the new loved ones, it's not just the new friends and the new acquaintances, but also the new colleagues and indeed new subscribers like yourself that have really made 2018 what it is. The meetings, the experiences, that is what I will think of when I look back on 2018 and what made it a really decent one. So to all of you who may be watching and maybe not, who have made 2018 what it is, thank you. Thank you so very much for everything. I hope you've had a very happy Christmas, hope you have a happy new year, and also considering all the great experiences and meetings that we've had last year, I want to keep it on going. So I hope to see you all in the new year, and just in general, take care of yourselves. Thank you very much once again, and I'll see you soon in my next video. Goodbye.